The group behind a referendum question set to appear on the November ballot has voiced its opposition to the Secretary of State's draft wording, saying it strays too far from the intended proposal.
The citizen initiative from Protect Girls Sports in Maine would bar transgender students from competing on school sports teams and using athletic facilities that align with their gender identity. Instead, participation and use of facilities would align with the sex listed on the student's birth certificate.
You can read the draft question proposed by Secretary Bellows on your screen. Protect Girls Sports says, contrary to the draft question, the proposed law would align with the Maine Human Rights Act. They also say the policy would apply to all private spaces, not just bathrooms.
The group also takes issue with the draft's use of the word gender as opposed to sex, saying they're not equivalent. Secretary Bellows responding to the criticism, saying that the question is in its 30-day public comment period, and she looks forward to reviewing feedback and will take them into consideration as she finalizes